we're going to say any sentence that states two quantities equal is called an equation. By the way, for our every test, there are definitions on every test. Not many, like 2 or 3. I'll give you a list of things you need to know as far as terminology beforehand. Okay, right, so there should be some stuff that you need to know. Alistair, you're not being on notes. If you're not, that's okay. Actually, it's not okay. At all. Okay, right, but that's fine. Here we go. So that's called equation. The solution, or root, is a number that makes the left side equal to the right side. I'm going to put in brackets LHS and RHS because that stands for left-hand side and right-hand side. I will use those acronyms, that's the right word. I will use those acronyms quite a lot in this course. Okay. Solving equations probably was the biggest thing you learned in grade 9. If you already knew it from grade 8, that's good too. Or grade 7 or whatever you guys started out for, 6, 5, I don't know what it is. Okay, but that's probably the biggest thing you learned. I'm going to review it quickly today. With fractions and all sorts of mean stuff like that, so you're feeling good. Our first unit is on solving equations in the real course. It will be word problems and all sorts of mean things there, but I need to get the fundamental stuff down today. So today there's no word problems, just solve it correct. That's all we're doing today. A whole bunch of equal ways. The rules of algebra are opposite to bed maths. Okay, you're going to get the x's on one side. And numbers on the other. We're going to, while we're doing this, we're going to remove brackets using distributive law. We're going to remove fractions by multiplying. I'm almost done here, sorry. You can't see because of my hair. I'm almost done here. And then finally, we're going to divide the coefficient of the x term. Okay, what I tell you guys to do for this is you're always looking to get rid of the thing the furthest away from the x. Okay, so if something's connected to the x, don't touch it unless there's nothing else there. That's the multiplier. Okay. There is laid out how to solve every algebra question from grade 9 right there. Grade 10 was a little bit more complicated. There's that. There will be fractions in these questions today. Don't be afraid of fractions. You guys are all good at fractions as we did yesterday. Okay. If you see a fraction, don't change it to a decimal ever. Okay, we'll deal with how to do that. While you guys are copying that down, I'm going to tell a little joke. Not a joke, it's a serious matter. I'm a highly competitive individual. We are going to win every homeroom competition there is second semester. Okay, so if, that's just a fact. Okay, so we won last year, right? So we'll do it again this year. So if there's any homeroom competitions, just so you know, I'm very competitive and I will force all of you as your homework to bring in and hand food or to bring money in for whatever we're fundraising for or whatever. Just so you know. No one's going to do that except for me, that's fine, okay, but it's just a fact. I feel let out. Here we go. Good. Algebra? Back to math? Yes? Oh, no. No one likes algebra with me. All right, fine. Example 1 is going to say, hey, I'm going to start with an easy peasy question. You did this back in grade 8, I think. Okay, back to grade 8, or whenever you guys do this, okay? 13x plus 9 equals 11x plus 5. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to read what it says. It says x is on one side, numbers on the other. Okay, so Jasmine, right? Jasmine, what does not belong on the left-hand side? 9. How do you get rid of a 9? Minus 9, very good. So I'm going to do this in 2 steps today. I'm going to say 13x equals 11x plus 5 minus 9. You may skip that step. You may just write this if you want to. That's fine, I can live with that, going from 1 to 3 in 1 step. All right, Emily, what does not belong on the right-hand side now?
The 11x.
Good, how do you get rid of 11x?
Divided.
No, not yet. Okay, just, sorry, that's correct. The thing is, if you divide by 11, right, there's still going to be an x here on both sides, right? So that's not going to be. You want to help her there? Go ahead.
I can move the 11x over to the other side equal sign.
Okay, good. Very good. Okay. So what happens here for these is numbers and letters. Anytime you go across the equal sign, you add and subtract, right? That's going to be the opposite. All right, Luke, what is 13x minus 11x equal to, please?
2x.
Good. 2x equals negative 4. Hannah, final step here is going to be what?
What are the x?
You don't want to take away the x here. If we have 2x equals negative 4, you just want it to be x. So what do we need to get rid of then?
Divide.
Yeah, good. Yeah, divide by 2, good. So x equals negative 2. Okay, we're going to be doing a hideous amount of this year. Okay? Good? Ashley? Yeah? We're good?
Why did you divide?
Because this is because in algebra, when you want to get rid of something, you do the opposite. Okay? So like that's like 2 times x equals negative 4. Right? So the opposite of times is going to be divided.
And then what is 13 and then we'll do that?
Okay, so we'll just think. What I did was I just subtracted here, right? So 13x minus 11x. So, right, like you're just thinking like you're subtracting the coefficients, right? So 13 minus 11 is 2. And then 2 divided by 2 is going to be just 1, or just x.
Yeah. Okay. And then you have one has to put 2 on the other side.
Okay, sorry, I didn't really show it that well on this, but we're using what we call actually the balance method. So I can put it back in here. So really what I'm doing here is that's what I'm doing, right? So I'm putting a negative 9 on the left and a negative 9 on the right. The same thing here then, I'm really doing, right, okay, give me a sec here, please. Okay. You're doing a negative 11 on here, you're doing a negative 11 over there. I don't really show it the way it works though, but that's what happens. And then 2x, to get rid of that, you got to divide the left side and divide the right side. That's, so you're always balancing.
Okay, so if it was a negative x, you add.
Yes, yeah, you're doing that. I'll do another one here like this and give you guys a second to try, and then we'll pick up the difficulty a bit. So I'm going to do, we'll go 2x. Okay, I'm going to pause in the video. I want you to try this for yourselves. Okay? Did anyone not get? Sorry, I had to pause and I'll talk. Sorry.